Good evening and welcome inside Boomers Stadium in Schaumburg, Illinois, where tonight your Florence Freedom look for their 15th series victory here in 2019. Hi folks, glad you could join me. Aaron Brody with you from the broadcast booth. Tonight the Freedom look to take the series in the middle game, taking on their East Division rival, the Schaumburg Boomers. Florence enter tonight's middle affair at 46-29 on the season. That record's still the best in the Frontier League and certainly best in the jam-packed West Division. The Freedom with a 4.5 game edge over the next best team in the West. Still the Evansville Otters, but now 3 teams in the West Division right behind the Freedom have 40 wins. So the West is certainly playing their best baseball as we have already begun the final month of the regular season. We are in the home stretch, and your Freedom still lead the West Division by 4.5, but Evansville, River City, and Southern Illinois all with 40 wins. Only Evansville has 32 losses. River City and the Miners of Southern Illinois both 40 and 33. A half game behind the Evansville Otters and 5 games back of the Freedom. So it's a 4.5 game edge for your Florence Freedom over Evansville. But the West Division has been brutal all season, and they're continuing to flex their muscle in the late stages of this 2019 campaign. Tonight's opponent, the Schaumburg Boomers, they enter at 38-35, one back of the top spot in the East Division, currently occupied by the Crushers of Lake Erie. Lake Erie at 38-33, the Boomers at 38-35. The Boomers have played one more game, have the same amount of wins, but 2 more losses. So that East Division race might be a 2-team race right now, but it should be a good one over the last 3 weeks of regular season play. The Florence Freedom got themselves off and rolling in the opener last night. Another shutout. It's now back-to-back shutouts hurled by Freedom pitchers. 19 consecutive scoreless innings. The last time an opponent scored a run against the Freedom was Saturday night in the 8th inning. That series, that game, played against the Washington Wild Things at UC Hell Stadium. It was an 8th inning run for the Things, and little did we know at the time, the Freedom would rattle off 19 straight scoreless. And it's been crucial because the Freedom offense is still finding their way here in the second half of the season. One of those wins, 1-0. The other win last night, 2-0. The Freedom over the Schaumburg Boomers. So only 3 runs scored by the Freedom offense over their last 2 games, yet 2-0 as the Freedom pitching staff has carried the load and kept the opponents off the board. The Freedom will look for more shutout stuff tonight, sending a guy, George Foe, to the bump, who is no stranger to shutdown innings. Foe enters at 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA, but you remember the name. In just his second start with the Freedom last Friday night in the opener with the Washington Wild Things, Foe would go the first 8 innings scoreless, come back out in search of a complete game shutout. Washington would get 5 runs in the inning, 2 home runs, a 3-run shot from Hector Roa, a 2-run blast from Cameron Baronic, made it from 10-0 to 10-5, the eventual final. All 5 runs allowed by Foe, the starter, and all in his 9th inning of work. So Foe has been spectacular through his first 2 starts with the Freedom this season. Previous to that start, he got the ball making his debut at Ozinga Field in Crestwood, Illinois. He looked great that night, swallowed the bitter pill of a tough luck loss. It was a quality start. Foe went 7 innings that night, allowed 3 runs. The Freedom lost 3-2 in that one to the Thunderbolts. So Foe is 1-1 on the season. The 5 runs allowed in the 9th inning made his ERA go up, but we remember what the first 8 frames looked like for Foe, and that one, the 4.50 ERA, not quite indicative to the start the lefty has gotten off to here in 2019 with the Freedom. For back-to-back games, it's an all-lefty showcase because on the other side, the Schaumburg Boomers are going to throw a southpaw of their own. Lefty Connor Reed to toe the slab tonight for Jamie Bennett's Boomers. Reed at 4-5 with a 3.68 ERA and 0-2 in 2019 against the Freedom. So it should be another exciting contest between 2 teams with plenty of history. Back in 2017, the banner season for the Florence Freedom. The year they went 61-35, their best regular season in franchise history. It was these Boomers who were waiting for them in the Frontier League Championship Series. The Boomers would take the Frontier Cup. Dennis Pelfrey's never forgotten about that. He's got a tremendous background with Jamie Bennett, the Schaumburg Boomers manager. They played together at the pro level for a couple of different teams, battery mates even at times. Jamie Bennett, the left-handed pitcher, Dennis Pelfrey, a utility player for multiple teams in his pro career. Played third base, played second base, caught, but was always the leadoff hitter. And that's why he takes the leadoff spot very significantly in his Florence Freedom lineup that I'm about to read you right now for Game 2 with the Schaumburg Boomers. Here is Dennis Pelfrey's top 9. Isaac Bernard back in the leadoff spot, second game back with the Freedom since lacing him up for Nicaragua in the Pan Am Games. Bernard always the leadoff man and usually in left field. It's where he is tonight. Caleb Lopez will hit 2, play second base. Luis Pintor is going to start the Heart tonight for the Freedom. He's at the hot corner and hitting in the 3-hole. Ricky Ramirez Jr. back in center field, hitting in the 4 spot. Andre Mercurio still maybe needing 1, perhaps 2 more days to rest a swollen right ankle that is still significantly swollen. So no Mercurio again tonight. It's going to be Ricky in his 4 spot and in his spot defensively in center field. Kenny Meimersdorf will hit in the 5 spot, round out the heart of the Freedom batting order. He's in right field. Trevor Crayport's going to focus on just his swing today. The DH hitting in the 6-hole. Austin Wobrock hits 7th, plays short. Ryan Rinsky will do the catching of Foe and hit in the 8 spot. Taylor Bryant rounds out the 1 through 9 in the 9-hole. He'll be at first base. Defensively, for the Schaumburg Boomers here in the top of the first inning, behind their lefty Connor Reed, he'll throw his balls and strikes to the all-star catcher Nick Odo. And here are the outfielders from left to right. Jack Parenti in left, Connor Oliver in center, Clint Hardy will hold it down in right. The double play duo up the middle for the Schaumburg Boomers, Jimmy Galuski and Chase Dawson at short and second respectively. Alex Polston moves from second in the opener last night to the hot corner tonight. And Quincy Neporty will play first base. With that, we are closing in on first pitch of Game 2 between the Freedom and Boomers right here at Boomer Stadium in Schaumburg, Illinois. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem and first pitch to follow here in Schaumburg.
Cunningham, the Great American for the Rohr Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Rohr at Rohr Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Rohr Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to rohrins.com. Call Alvin Rohr. Call the Rohr Agency today.
At Compass Self Storage, we make it easier. We understand that storing your belongings is not a luxury, but a necessity. We're a proven self-storage leader focused on providing you with a friendly, professional, and clean place to store your items. Whether your concern is price, size, availability, or security, there is no need to look anywhere else. We provide it all. Give us a call today at any of our locations in Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, or visit our webpage at compassselfstorage.com. Mention this ad and get your first month's rent for free.
Taylor Truck and Auto Repair, servicing all your local automotive and towing needs. 24-hour roadside and towing assistance are available. AAA accredited, family owned and operated. We'll even throw in a 10% labor discount for active military and veterans. 151 Dozier Drive in Walton, Kentucky. Call 859-918-6122. That's 859-918-6122.
Might be getting off to a little bit of a late start here in the middle game between your Freedom and the Schaumburg Boomers, so we will extend the Florence Freedom pregame show at least a couple more minutes. We'll reset the table for what you have to look forward to tonight. The probable starters on each side for the Freedom. The lefty George Foe to toe the slab at 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA. He has been brilliant through his first pair of starts. One quality start, one that was tarnished in the 9th inning. Between you and me, a pair of quality starts for the lefty Foe, who went 8 shutout innings but came back out in search of a complete game shutout facing the Washington Wild Things last Friday and would surrender 5 runs while sparing the bullpen, as it was the first of a 4-game series with Washington to be played in just 3 days. So Foe took one for the team, allowed 5 runs in the 9th. That made it no longer the statistical quality start of 6 innings or more with 3 earned runs or less. But Foe has been brilliant. Connor Reed on the other side, another lefty-lefty battle for the Boomers and Freedom tonight. Reed 4-5 with a 3.68 ERA, but 0-2 facing the Freedom here in 2019. Now it's going to be 5 straight left-handed pitchers to square off against the Florence Freedom. Teams around the Frontier League aren't realizing that plays right into the Freedom MO. Offensively, the Freedom have fared quite well against Southpaw starters in 2019, 18-6. Their record against lefties in 24 opportunities. But after game one with Washington, the next three would be lefties to finish that series for the Wild Things. Last night we saw Gunnar Kynes, the brilliant lefty and the ace for Schaumburg. And tonight it will be 5 straight lefties with Connor Reed on the bump. But the Freedom again, 18-6 against lefties, 27-23, a little bit closer to 500 facing righties. But as they look to continue building on what is right now a 4.5 game lead over the Evansville Otters in the West Division, the Freedom say, bring on all the lefties. Here's a quick look at the league rankings as we go into the middle game between the Freedom and Boomers. Looking at just Florence and just Schaumburg, where they stand in the 10-team Frontier League. We'll focus on offense first. We've told you how both these teams were built with pitching first and foremost, but you got to play offense as well, and the Freedom have done a better job of doing that here in 2019. The .254 team batting average for the Freedom, second best in all of the Frontier League. For the Schaumburg Boomers, .249. That's good for 6th best. Nobody in the Frontier League has scored more runs than your Freedom with 352. Schaumburg has scored 277. That's 8th in the 10-team Frontier League. When it comes to homers, each team's not going to worry about scoring all their runs via the long ball. The Freedom in the top half, 5th in the league with 47. Schaumburg with 42. Again, another statistic in which they're ranked 8th offensively. Pitching, though, everything changes. The Boomers have the 2nd best ERA, the Freedom the 3rd best. Schaumburg's at 3.21, the Freedom's at 3.40. And both teams don't walk anybody. Florence has walked the fewest at 2.03, the Boomers at 2.07. So evenly matched up from a pitching perspective, but the Freedom a little bit better offensively. And wasn't that the case last night in a 1-0 shutout victory in the opener? With that, I will send it down to the field for the playing of tonight's national anthem. It is almost that time. Freedom and Boomers lace them up for game 2 of 3 to be played here at Boomer Stadium this week. Florence leading the series 1-0, looking for their 15th series victory if they can find a win in tonight's middle affair. Due-up trio of hitters for the Freedom here in the top of the first inning. Isaac Bernard, Caleb Lopez, and Luis Pantor to face the lefty Connor Reed, who is going to try to even the set between these two teams ahead of tomorrow's finale. A win tonight for the Schaumburg Boomers would be their first against the Freedom in all of 2019. Florence entering this middle affair 7-0 against the second-best team in the East Division. There are certain teams around the Frontier League that you can point at and say the Freedom dominating them, their last-place teams. You can see maybe why that happened. Can't really with the Schaumburg Boomers. They have been a team right in the thick of it all season long in the East Division. The Freedom have just flat-out had their number. The only other team that can relate would be the Gateway Grizzlies, who a little bit more appropriately have been settled in the cellar of the West Division all season. The Freedom were 9-0 against Gateway before dropping their first game to the Grizzlies. Finished that season series of 12 games, 10-2. But Schaumburg, they've won 2 championships under Jamie Bennett. They are consistently a force in the East Division. And yet, the Freedom have found a way to improve to 7-0 in 7 games against the Boomers this season, hoping to make it lucky number 8 with success in a single 9-inning game to be played here tonight. The lefty Connor Reed throwing out one last warm-up toss, and we are going to be underway. Isaac Bernard hitting first. What an impact he made immediately upon rejoining his teammates. Got the opportunity to play in the Pan Am games. What a story, what an opportunity for Isaac Bernard. His family derives from Nicaraguan lineage. He got the chance to suit up for Nicaragua, played well in the Pan Am games, flew back a red-eye flight, immediately thrust in the lineup last night, doubled to lead off the game, and came around to score the only run the Freedom would cross home plate in the game. On an RBI single from Ricky Ramirez Jr., the Freedom jumped in front 1-0 in the first. Neither team would score the rest of the way. So Bernard immediately re-ingratiating himself with his teammates last night, scoring the one run they would get in a 1-0 victory. He's in the box now. Connor Reed, the lefty, has a full windup. He's in it. And a first pitch fastball crosses on the outside corner. We are underway at 6:38 as Bernard falls behind 0-1. Isaac, the team leader in multi-hit games with 20 on the season. His batting average sitting at .273. He has circled the bases 5 times and has plated 45 runs batted in. A big loopy breaking ball missed down and away for ball 1. Isaac has taken both and is even in a 1-1 count. Here come the lefty Reed. Fastball, inside strike. Bernard flinched. Sees it called strike 2 as Reed takes the early edge. Connor Reed's windup very similar to Scott Sebald, standing facing first base, but Rocker steps back for hiking the leg. He buries a fastball here. 4 pitches, 4 takes for Bernard, and an even 2-2 count. Freedom out hit the Boomers 9 knocks to 4 last night. Each team made at least 1 error. The Freedom with 2, the Boomers with 1. Fastball swung on, lifted down the left field line, hooking away from the left fielder Parenti, and this is going to drop in fair ground, bounce into the corner. Deja vu all over again. To lead off the top of the first, Isaac Bernard standing at second with a stand-up double. And he pumps his fist, gestures towards the Freedom dugout as he continues to come back from his lifelong experience in the Pan Am games. Scorching hot at the plate. A multi-hit game in his first night with the club last night. And quickly back to business here in inning number 1. Caleb Lopez to the plate with a man already in scoring position and nobody out. Reed now working from the stretch, staring at Bernard as he comes set at the belt. Slide step and a fastball swung on, hammered high and hard, deep left center field. This ball's back, and this is off the Jumbotron. Caleb Lopez. Touch them all. The Freedom have an early 2-0 lead as Lopez got every bit of that inside fastball from Reed and pushes the Freedom ahead by a pair with nobody out. Round tripper number 7 for Lopez this season. Alone in second place, just 2 back of the leader, Connor Crane. What a start. First pitch swinging, ambushing an inside fastball. And hit it off his own face on the Jumbotron. In steps Luis Pintor with the bases freshly cleared and the lefty back in the windup. First pitch, Bender. An inside strike, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 offering from the southpaw is a fastball that's a little outside for ball 1. Mike Martin, the home plate umpire, calling the balls and strikes tonight. His partner on the base is Todd Odell, same duo of umpires from last night. Flip-flopped. 1-1 pitch to Luis. Fastball sprayed back to the netting. Count is 1-2 on Pintor. First game this season that Luis steps in the box in the 3-hole. He certainly warranted it himself here in the second half of the season. He's got 5 homers, 3 of those in the second half. 1-2 pitch, good breaking balls, chopped foul past third base. Still a 1-2 count. Lefty George Foe getting some early run support. It's funny how some guys get all the offense. Last time Foe took the hill, the Freedom hung a 10 spot offensively. They're off and rolling in that direction. Still nobody out. Already 2 runs in on 2 hits here in the first. Reed will throw the 1-2 down and in. Pintor able to lay off. Evens the sequence, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Freedom in their road gray uniforms tonight. Schaumburg in their alternate home jerseys. It's the orange tops with the white pants. Pinwheel hats. 2-2, sprayed foul. Pintor going out. Staying alive. Fouling off an outside pitch that was too close for comfort in the 2-strike count. Doing a good job getting Connor Reed's pitch count up. Battling and still even 2-2. Breaking ball will bounce on home plate for ball 3. It's a good Uncle Chuck from the lefty Reed, 12-6. But Pintor saw the spin, read it down. Now he's in a full count. Connor Reed into the windup and his payoff pitch. Flown in foul ground. And an easy out for the catcher Nick Odo, who sheds the mask, makes the catch, and retires Pintor for the first out of the frame. Ricky Ramirez Jr. will come to the plate next. 1 out, nobody on, and the Freedom up a pair. Ricky with the wide open left-handed stance, rocking the solid red tall socks tonight. An early Bender is going to start him 0-1. Wasn't looking for that on the first offering. Reed put it in a great spot, right on the outside black to the lefty. Ramirez back in the box. And here comes Reed's 0-1. Stays with the hook and stays in the strike zone, 0-2. Ricky, a renaissance man, and where he hits in the batting order doesn't really matter to this guy. A couple of times in the leadoff spot over the last week. And the 4-hole tonight goes the other way with a ground ball past a diving Alex Polston. This is fair. And rolling into left field, a big round at first base from Ramirez, but he will be satisfied with the 1-out single that came in an 0-2 count. Connor Reed caught too much of the plate And Ricky went with the pitch, guided it to left past the diving Polston. A good start in the first inning continues as Kenny Meimersdorf digs in. 1 out and Ricky at first. 3 hits in the early goings for the Freedom. They're a triple shy of the cycle here in their first inning of work. Reed's going to pick to first base, checking on Ramirez, but Ricky back without a slide. Reed working from all the way over on the third base side of the rubber. Spinning the baseball around his back as he gets the sign from Nick Odo. The lefty sets at the belt. Pauses and now offers home a fastball that was up and out for ball 1 to Meimersdorf. 8th start for Kenny. 2nd in right field tonight, where he'll line up defensively in the bottom of the first. Off to a good start, hitting .333 in his first 7 games. Already logged 24 at-bats. Has 8 hits. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off Nick Odo's face mask before rolling to the backstop. So Mike Martin will offer the catcher a chance to collect himself as he walks a new baseball out to Connor Reed in the 1-1 count. Despite all the games, Ricky Ramirez Jr. will play with pitchers on the bases, bouncing off, jab stepping, huge secondaries, and even huge leads at times. He's not the biggest threat to steal a base for the Freedom. Only 5 swipe bags for Ramirez this season, but he is off to a daring lead against the lefty Reed here. The 1-1 pitch, knocked foul off the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Meimersdorf. Kenny taking the second to readjust his batting gloves, take his time to get back in the box. Reed in front and adamantly shaking the first 2 signs thrown down from Odo. He's got a certain pitch in mind. He gets the 1 now, sets, sees his catcher set up in. Here's the 1-2. Fastball was in and fouled straight back. Count won't budge. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Meimersdorf, who has yet to hit a home run in his first 7 games, but does have 3 doubles, nearly half his 8 hits, extra base hits. 5 early RBIs for this guy as well. Talked about it a little bit yesterday. He was just supposed to be the Band-Aid while Bernard was out. But when you play as well as he has, Pelf's going to find spots for these guys. He's in right field today playing with Bernard in the outfield. 1-2 pitch, off speed, off the plate. A good take from Meimersdorf. He's worked it even with Reed, who has got the pitch count up in his first inning of work and still just 1 out. Lefty's in search of a ground ball, with Ricky Ramirez Jr. still at first base. And the Freedom in front, 2-0, courtesy 1 swing of the bat from Caleb Lopez, who followed an Isaac Bernard double with his 7th home run of the season to left center. 2-2 fastballs, shot back to the screen. Meimersdorf has his timing and remains 2-2. Trevor Crayport waiting on deck. The DH today. Him and Meimersdorf signing on the same day and hitting back-to-back in the batting order. Each of these guys signed before Game 1 of that abbreviated 2-game series with Gateway last week. 2-2 pitch from Reed. Didn't miss by much, but the off-speed pitch was too far outside to the righty Meimersdorf, and now another full count. Reed in 1 shake, then a nod. Now he's set and he'll pick to first base, but Ricky back without a slide. Ricky doing his thing over there. He's drawn a couple of throws to first base. Anything to distract the pitcher. Help the guy at the plate maybe get a mistake pitch. Payoff on the way to Meimersdorf. Breaking ball, down and in. It's the back foot breaker and a walk after a tremendous at bat from Meimersdorf. Will push runners to first and second. Still 1 out for Trevor Crayport. Quincy Porty over from first base to have a quick chat with Connor Reed. Likely just trying to get his spirits up. Tell him we got your back. Pitch to contact. We'll make plays behind you. However, the Schaumburg Boomers, who did make one error last night, have made the most errors in all the Frontier League with 78. It's still the right move to go out there and try to calm down the pitcher, who's running into some early trouble here in his first frame. Crayport in the box. The lefty Reed set at the belt. He'll miss down and away with an early fastball. Crayport ahead 1-0. Hard to drop, a much better start for the Freedom, who do enter tonight with their pitching staff having logged 19 consecutive scoreless innings. So it might not take much offensively, but the Freedom treating George Foe to some early support, threatening for a lot more. Breaking ball misses down and away, and now it's Nick Odo's turn to run out there and have a chat with his pitcher, Connor Reed. Did mention Reed's 0-2 against the Freedom this season. He has not been able to find the right mix. He didn't pitch terribly in his last loss against Florence, however. Back on June 29th at this very ballpark, the Freedom went on to win 5-2 that night, but Reed only allowed 4 earned runs. He did allow all 5, but 4 earned. His defense faltering once, leading to an additional insurance run. 2-0 pitch on the way to Crayport. He fouls it off behind home plate. Reed went 7 innings that night on June 29th. He'll have to be a lot more economical after this first inning if he has any shot at getting back into the 7th in this one. Pitch count way up there early. Still 2 outs to get. Here's the 2-1 to Crayport. Breaking balls popped up on the infield, second base side. And Chase Dawson now backpedaling into shallow right center. Makes the catch to retire Crayport for out number 2.
Now batting for the Freedom, shortstop number 8.
Austin Wobrock will get the chance, rocking some flashy new cleats today. I know Wobrock's one of those guys that if there's a mall within walking distance of the team hotel, he often will walk on over, check out any discounted cleats he might be able to find at stores like Finish Line, Foot Action. I've actually joined him a couple of times because I'm also somebody who tries to stack the closet full of solid footwear. He must have found himself a pair here in Chicago. First pitch swinging and a comebacker back to Connor Reed. A 2-hopper, the lefty fields, and will fire to first in time to retire Wobrock and the Freedom here in the first. But Caleb Lopez touches them all for the 7th time this season. His 2-run blast has given the Freedom an early 2-0 edge. The lefty George Foe will take the bump when we come back to Boomer Stadium, bottom 1 on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels with their gooey cheesy center are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
We move into the last of the first. Freedom already in front 2-0 on a 2-run blast Off the bat of second baseman Caleb Lopez, who continues his torrid stretch offensively and gives the lefty George Foe a couple of runs to play with as he toes the rubber for the first time tonight. Here in inning number 1, the Schaumburg Boomers will send Parenti, Hardy, and Dawson to the plate to face the southpaw Foe, who enters with a 1-1 record, a 4.50 ERA. Jack Parenti is good as it gets when it comes to leadoff hitters around the Frontier League, but he has struggled against the Freedom this year. An 0 for 3 last night in the leadoff spot after an 0 for 12 in the last series here at Boomer Stadium against the Crimson and White. He's 0 for his last 15. An early breaking ball will miss down and away from Foe, so Parenti will jump ahead 1-0. Parenti did have a couple of lineouts last night. He hit the ball hard twice, but got nothing to show for it. Staying with the bender, Foe misses inside. Jack's ahead 2-0. Lefty Foe goes breaking ball again, 3 straight. Finds the outside corner, 2 balls and a strike to Parenti. One thing that might be a bit unconventional about Jack in the leadoff spot is he does like to go out there and swing at the first pitch. Did that twice yesterday, and he took a big swing and a miss on this inside fastball from Foe, who is now even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes, with 2 straight crossing the plate and or getting the swing after the 2-0 start. Lefty rocks into the windup. Here's his 2-2. Fastball's rolled over to first, but foul as Taylor Bryant fields on the forehand in foul ground. Gets it back to Foe for another 2-2 pitch. Parenti still hitting over 300 this year, 303. He's homered once. He's knocked in 25. On base percentage at 347 in the leadoff spot. Flailing at an outside breaking ball. Foe sits down Parenti. Good start for George. 1 up, 1 strikeout. And Clint Hardy will hit next. Hardy, the everyday right fielder for Jamie Bennett's Boomers. Hits from the right side. Here's the first pitch. Swinging away and a high fly ball. Well struck right center field. This ball's in the power alley, ranging a long way from center to make the catch in the alley is Ricky Ramirez Jr., who ran a long way and caught that on the warning track in these deep power alleys here at Boomer Stadium. It hurts the home team. That is a shot to be a long ball in many of the Frontier League ballparks, but not in their home stadium. It's out number 2 to bring up Chase Dawson. You've heard Dennis Pelfrey talk about it in a few different editions of his weekly show. First pitch breaking ball to Chase Dawson, misses down 1-0. But he's mentioned one of the biggest separators between the East and West Division is just the ballparks you play in each division. Fastball finds the outside corner to even the count 1-1 to Dawson. The West Division, easy for me to say, does feature a few more bandboxes. UC Hell Stadium among them. Home of the Freedom as the breaking ball is too far in. 2-1 to the 3-hole man. River City also a very short porch in right. Big breaking ball, big swing and a miss. Count evens 2-2 as Foe is working quick, throwing a lot of strikes. 1 pitch away from a clean bottom of the first. His 2-2 offering goes off speed but misses outside for ball 3. The rest of the Boomers batting order behind Dawson, Quincy Neporty in the cleanup spot. Matt Rose rounds out the heart. Nick Odo, the all-star, in the 6th spot. Jimmy Galuski will hit 7th. Connor Oliver 8th and Alex Polston 9th as a bender misses down and away. Chase Dawson will extend the bottom of the first. First free pass issued from the lefty George Foe. It'll bring up Quincy Neporty with 2 dead and Dawson at first. A look at the Freedom defensively behind Foe. Rinsky, his battery mate, behind home plate. Bernard, Ramirez Jr., and Meimersdorf in the outfield. Double play duo, the dynamic combo of Wobrock and Lopez up the middle at short and second. Luis Pintor at third, Taylor Bryant at first. First pitch on the way to Neporty. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Quincy gave a ball a ride last night in the 9th inning. The Freedom had just the 1-run edge at 1-0, and Nieporte thought he had tied the game. In fact, he broke the wall in left center with his line drive that just stayed in the yard. He was ultimately thrown out at second. Fastball is too far in. Count evens up 1-1 strike. To number 11, Nieporte. Quincy thought he had tied the game. He was in the home run trot. Part of the reason it was such an easy play at second. He was out by a couple of steps for the first out of the frame. Big swing and a foul ball off the foot of Nieporte. Ball ends up in fair territory back towards the mound. Rinsky pounced on it, but Mike Martin making it clear that was off the foot and a foul ball, so the count's 1-2. To the Boomer first baseman. It's Matt Rose who waits on deck, who leads the club in home runs with 11, but Nieporte is behind him. Second most with 7 round trippers this season. 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball fouled back to the backstop. Count will remain 1-2 strikes as Foe looks for out number 3 here in the first. The Freedom leading 2-0. Scoring in the first inning on back-to-back nights. Lefty gets the one he wants from his catcher, Rinsky, who's going to set up out for the 1-2. Here it is. Breaking ball finished in, and Nieporte fouls it off the first base side to stay alive. Still 1-2 strikes to the cleanup man. You'd rather face Matt Rose, the club leader in homers, to start a clean inning. A 1-2. Breaking ball may have been foul tip, but Rinsky squeezes. It's a strikeout in the second of the inning for George Foe, who faces just 1 over the minimum and gets the shutdown inning after the 2 spot from the Freedom. So a tremendous start to the middle game for Florence. They lead 2-0. Are back to the plate to face Connor Reed when we come back on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on. You belong at Citi. We are now hiring customer service agents to join the team at our Florence, Kentucky Customer Contact Center. Working at Citi certainly has its perks: tuition reimbursement, great pay, business casual dress code, and benefits day one. To discover a career at Citi and join our remarkable team, visit jobs.citi.com/Florence. That is jobs.citi.com/Florence. Citi is an equal opportunity employer. Florence enjoying an early 2-0 lead and will send their 8-9 one-hitters to the plate to face the lefty Connor Reed here in the top of the second. Aaron Brody with you from Boomer Stadium. The Freedom leading this midweek 3-game set with Schaumburg, 1-0. A win tonight would get them their 15th series victory of the season and would be back-to-back series victories after the Freedom waited way too long, if you asked Dennis Pelfrey, for their first series victory in the second half of the season. That's what they got by taking 3 of 4 from the Washington Wild Things in the series right before this one. So trying to get back on track, winning series they did almost in each instance in the first half of the season. A first pitch fastball is on the outside edge to the catcher Ryan Rinsky, who will fall behind 0-1. Lefty Reed into the windup. His 0-1 pitch. Rinsky went around too far. Breaking ball may have been a strike even if he didn't. So the count quickly 0-2 on the Freedom catcher. It was just Evansville, Lake Erie, and Windy City to take a series from the Freedom in the first half of the season. 0-2 pitch fouled back to the screen. And it's just Evansville and Lake Erie who remain perfect in series against the Freedom this year. Each team 3-0. Oh, 2. Big bender, but down and away for ball 1. Lefty Connor Reed starts the motion as 1-2 pitch. Too tall and a good take from Rinsky. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. An Isaac Bernard double paved the way to a Caleb Lopez 2-run shot for the Freedom in the first. Difference in the game here in the top of the second. Breaking ball just misses. Must have been above the belt. Nobody knows the zone better than this guy at the plate, Ryan Rinsky, the catcher, who was on the same page with George Foe to the tune of a clean 20th consecutive scoreless inning for the Freedom in the first. Fastballs popped up a mile high on the infield. It's on the left side. From third base, Alex Polston cutting off the shortstop. Jimmy Galuski makes the catch. And Rinsky is retired.
Now batting for the Freedom, first baseman number 1, Taylor Bryant.
How long can the Freedom go? Consecutive scoreless innings from their pitching staff. Taylor Bryant in the box. Lefty will start him with an inside fastball that was too far in for ball 1. Bryant hitting just a $186, but has an OBP at 363. Courtesy his team leading 43 walks. Here's a line shot past third, but just foul on the left side of the stripe. This rocket's going to skip into the grassy berm and climb all the way to the top of the hill out there. It was hit that hard. Grassy berms here in Schaumburg, both in left and right. Very steep, hilly areas. 1-1 on the way to TB. Breaking ball swung on, hit high and hard to left field. Jack Perini plays a very deep left, however, so he just has to run straight to his left to squeeze this line drive for out number 2. Bryant gave it a ride, but not far enough. 2 quick outs for Reed, who's trying to get back on track. Back to the top for the Freedom and Isaac Bernard. Reed into the windup, a lefty-lefty battle underway, and a fastball finds the outside corner for a called first strike. Many a guy got their chance to be the leadoff man while Bernard was out. Right when he came back, he's thrust right back into the leadoff spot. 0-1 pitch, hit hard on the ground, played on a backhand at first by Quincy Neporti. He'll win the foot race to first base. It's 3 unassisted in a 1-2-3 inning for Connor Reed. Freedom lead at 2-0 with the Boomers back to the plate. Bottom 2, George Foe back to the bump. When we come back to Boomers Stadium, you're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball, presented by Titan Mechanical Solutions. Are you craving the crispiness of Donato's Pizza and the creaminess of Witt's Custard? Visit a one-stop shop for both cravings in Independence, Kentucky. Haven't had the chance to try Witt's yet? Well, you're in luck. Stop by the First Baseline concessions and get a scoop of made fresh daily Witt's Custard today. Donato's Pizza and Witt's Custard of Independence are proud supporters of Tasty Za, delicious desserts, and Florence Freedom Baseball.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs: sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
Matt Rose in the box to get things started for the Schaumburg Boomers as a fastball from the lefty George Foe misses out for ball one. Glad you could join me, folks. Aaron Brody with you from Schaumburg, Illinois. The Freedom leading 2-0 in the early stages. Good fastball finds the outside edge. Foe will even the sequence with Matt Rose, 1-1. Lefty digging into his mitt to get the grip. Starts the motion. 1-1 pitch. Line to left field. Isaac Bernard in a dead sprint to his right. Squeezes the head-high liner for out number one. Matt Rose retired here in the bottom of the second, and it brings up Nick Odo. Soon as Odo got in the box, Foe started his motion, but he'll miss inside with the fastball. Foe all business out there. Trying to get in a rhythm, stay in a rhythm. Here in his third start for the Freedom. That fastball is going to cross at the knees. Counts even at 1-1 to Nick Odo. Odo hitting .284 in an all-star year. Tied up on an inside pitch, and this ball got a piece of his wrist. He started to offer, pulled back late, and wears it. He'll take first base. Second free pass issued from the lefty Foe. One block, one hit batter. That is a tough place to wear a pitch in the wrist area. Odo wears a big, bulky elbow brace, but that ball did not get it. He gave the motion to the dugout that he's okay, but he did walk the entire way to first base, the whole 90 feet. He's standing behind the bag in foul ground, still an obvious discomfort as he sheds the elbow gear. Now steps on the bag. Odo taking one for the team quite literally there, and it brings up Jimmy Galuski. One out and a runner at first base. Foe into the stretch and a first pitch fastball skied in the air to center field. Wrong part of the park. Ricky Ramirez Jr. in a back pedal makes the catch. 2 outs for the lefty Foe. And he'll face Connor Oliver, the 8-hole man, in search of another clean inning. The book may be out on what Florence likes to do from a pitching perspective. They don't walk anybody. So you will see offenses go in there and swing early in the count, as Freedom pitchers do like to get ahead. First pitch fastballs too far out for ball one to Oliver. But just because the book is out and teams go up there ambushing does not mean they're having success against this Freedom pitching staff, who has been brilliant here in 2019. 1-0 pitch hit hard on the ground, but Caleb Lopez to his left digs it up. Quick toss to first in time. George Foe surrenders the HBP to Nick Odo, but pitches around it. Gets 2 quick outs immediately following the hit batter. And we move to inning number 3. Freedom still in front by a pair. 2-0 on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG. Florence in front, 2-0. As we move into the top of the third, it'll be the home run hitter, Caleb Lopez, to start things for the Freedom. Luis Pintor will hit behind him. Ricky Ramirez Jr. rounds out the due-up trio of hitters. Facing the lefty, Connor Reed, who's back out there for his third inning of work. I am getting word that YouTube isn't quite playing the part tonight, that there's plenty of buffering on the YouTube live stream. I do apologize for that. It's a ballpark to ballpark thing. Some places have better internet than others and less occupied internet than others. I do share the same signal with everybody here in press row at Boomer Stadium, and that can often tie things up. So if the YouTube live stream is giving you fits, I recommend you go the radio route tonight. I will try to do everything I can from my end to help all the buffering, make it a cleaner, smoother product for you. I know you much rather prefer to watch the game than listen. But if you can't watch it all that well, we are live simulcasting on Mixlr. The link has been tweeted out. You can also just go to FlorenceFreedom.com, click on the Listen Live button, then hit start. And you will be joining me from Boomer Stadium via the radio broadcast at FlorenceFreedom.com. So I do apologize for all the buffering on the YouTube live stream tonight. Usually when the game goes final and is uploaded, the buffering goes away. Not always the case, but usually. So if you want to go back in and watch after the fact, you might have that option tonight. But it seems like the buffering's wreaking havoc in the early goings of watching live. So go to a Mixlr for now. A breaking ball is going to miss down and away to Caleb Lopez, who's in the box to start things for the Freedom top three. Florence in front 2-0, thanks to this guy who homered in AB number 1, a 2-run shot. Scoring Isaac Bernard after his leadoff double. Breaking ball crosses. Reed's going to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. While Isaac Bernard was suiting up for Nicaragua, Caleb Lopez soared up the multi-hit category to tie Isaac at 19 apiece, but Bernard jumped back in front with his 20th multi-hit game last night. Breaking ball falls on the center of home plate. An easy take for ball 2. If Lopez can find his way on via base hit here, a multi-hit game in the bag in 3 innings. Lefty Reed into the motion, 2-1 pitch, hit hard towards left field. Lopez has got it. This will be at least a single. He's hustling around first base, but he'll be content there. Perini, the quick relay in, though he did lob it to the cutoff man. Got to the ball quickly, threw a 1-hopper to Jimmy Golewski, so Lopez maybe had a shot. Satisfied with the single, however, don't want to run into an out early in an inning. Made the right decision. He stands at first base, and that will tie him up with Isaac Bernard. Now 20 multi-hit games on the season for Lopez, who was hitting over 400 in his last 5 games. Effective last night. First pitch swinging, and Luis Pintor hits a scorching hot liner. Foul past the third base side. Falls behind 0-1. Pintor 0 for 1, he popped out. And foul ground to the catcher, Nick Odo, his first time up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lined into left field. Back-to-back base hit singles to Jack Perini out there in left. Station-to-station advancement. Lopez now at second, Pintor at first, and pointing into the dugout as he makes his way back to the bag. Freedom offense clicking on all cylinders here to start. Inning number 3. Back-to-back bullets to left. Bring up Ricky Ramirez Jr., who's already got 1 RBI in the series and has 2 men on here in his second at-bat tonight. Early mound visit for the Schaumburg Boomers pitching coach, who's going to go out there and make sure Connor Reed is okay. And 1 start against the Freedom this year back on June 11th at UC Health Stadium. Reed had to exit in the second inning with what was feared to be an elbow injury that might require a second Tommy John operation. Everybody was happy to find out that was not the case. Ended up being an issue in his forearm. But his velo was down that day. The radar gun has been turned off for whatever reason here in the middle game tonight, so we're not sure if that left arm injury is wreaking havoc again on Reed. He has had a couple of stints on the disabled list, or the injured list, as they're calling it this year. Here in 2019. Has not liked facing the Freedom, 0-2 against this team. And running into a confident offense here in his third try. 2 men on, nobody out. And the first pitch to Ricky Ramirez Jr., a breaking ball that squeezes the outside corner for a called strike one. Ricky 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. Shot his single to left, past a diving Alex Polston at third base. 0-1 pitch, going towards left again, but this line drive will soar out of play as the count moves to 0-2. Ricky entered at 298, so he's likely right at 300, if not a tick or two above after his 1-for-1 start. Told you the Freedom team batting average at 254, the second best mark in all the league. They're adding to it. Here in the middle game with Schaumburg, already 5 hits for the Freedom. 0-2 pitch, breaking ball down and away. Terrific work behind the plate by Odo, who had to slide to his left and body up a tough breaking ball. That was a 58-footer. But he bodied it up perfectly. Ball bounced right in front of him and prevented any backside advance for the 2 men on base in Freedom uniforms. So it's still Lopez at second, Pintor at first. Nobody out. And Ramirez in a 1-2 count with a lefty Connor Reed, who gets his sign. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, and called strike 3. Ramirez rung up on the inside edge. First out of the frame. It'll bring up Kenny Meimersdorf. 1 dead. Just the 41st strikeout of the year for Ricky Ramirez Jr. He does not make a habit of it. Meimersdorf looking for his first official at bat tonight. 0 for 0 with a walk his first time up. First pitch to him, a low fastball for ball 1. Reed has not walked anybody else, just 1 walk for him. 1 strikeout. Lefty is set at the belt. Here's his 1-0. Breaking ball's too tall. 2-0 to Meimersdorf. Another long inning for the lefty. 2 more outs to find. His 2-0 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards left, and it'll get through into left field. Rounding third base is Caleb Lopez. Throw to the plate will be cut off. Lopez a head-first fall at home plate. He's across. The Freedom in front, 3-0. Pintor stopped at second. Meimersdorf an RBI single to increase the Freedom advantage here in the third. 3-0. Jimmy Galuski playing up the middle. Double play depth. Kept him from getting to that play on a backhand. Meimersdorf hit it in a perfect spot. Plates 1 more. Freedom have scored in 2 of their first 3 at-bats. This is what you like to see. When they do this offensively with their pitching, they are a very tough customer. First pitch on the way to Trevor Crayport. Back snap throw to first. It's between the legs and Portian rolling down the line and right. Pintor rounds third base. He's going to score easily. On his horse to third and getting there standing is Meimersdorf, and he's going to round third, but trot back to the base. A costly mistake. Throw looked to be just fine from Nick Odo. Not sure if the sun's an issue on the right side of the field for Porty. But the throw went right through his legs without a bounce. Freedom now lead it by 4. They've scored 2 in 2 of their first 3 at-bats, and because Meimersdorf's at third, and the Freedom have already built a 4-run lead, the entire infield's going to come in. The 0-1 count to Crayport. 0-1 offering is below the knees for ball 1.
See what happens.
Go ahead and cue up Dennis Pelfrey, who's wearing his live microphone for us down there in the third base coach's box. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Crayport. It's popped up on the infield on the left side. From third base, Alex Polston closing in on the mound will make the catch. 2 away. Wobrock to dig in next, and we'll see if Pelf has any words of wisdom for Meimersdorf here.
All right, got 2 down for that pass ball. He's going to try the big breakers to Wobrock. Catcher's like average blocker. So I got the third baseman.
Wobrock in the box. Here's Reed's first offering. Fastball in the inner half called strike 1. Pelf indicating that teams do like to work off speed to Wobrock. That is a true statement. They will often snap those breaking balls low and away to this left-handed hitter. 0-1 pitch is the breaking ball low and away. Wobrock tried to bunt, did not pull back. Or did he? Going to be called a ball. We'll take that. 1-1 count to the Freedom shortstop. Reed lowers the hands to the ready. 1-1 pitch.
Boy.
Stays with the breaking ball, but it was down and away off the plate. 2-1 to Wobrock. With 2 outs and Meimersdorf at third, the Freedom in front of the Boomers 4-0 here in the top of the third. Reed is set. 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back.
Swing, baby.
I agree. Good swing from Wobrock. Short to it. Sent it screaming back to the backstop. Count evens up 2-2.
Right here. Third base is way off too, so you can get an extra step on that primary.
Lefty readies at the belt. Slide steps. 2-2 breaking ball. Called strike 3. No argument from Wobrock. It was on the outside edge. So the Freedom do add to their lead. In fact, they double it in the top of the third inning. Leave one man stranded at third base. But they have a 4-0 lead as George Foe goes back to the bump. Bottom 3 in search of a 22nd consecutive scoreless inning hurled by Freedom pitchers on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go anywhere, do anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. A truck that feels like it was built for you, because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Bored? Looking for something different and exciting to do? Come to Full Throttle Indoor Karting and experience pure racing exhilaration. 40 miles per hour on huge indoor tracks. That'll do it. Full Throttle Indoor Karting has something for almost everyone. Check it out at GoFullThrottle.com. Come alone or bring your friends. With 2 locations, Springdale near Dave & Buster's and Florence just off the Turfway exit. We're close by. Full Throttle Indoor Karting. GoFullThrottle.com.
Right now at Fazoli's, get the $5 lunch. Pick 2 Fazoli's favorites, like our fettuccine Alfredo and a side Caesar salad. Or get lasagna with meat sauce and a slice of pepperoni pizza, plus a drink, all for $5. That's right, just $5. Choose from over 450 tasty combinations and get our unlimited signature garlic breadsticks when you dine in. Make plans to enjoy the $5 lunch at Fazoli's today. Fazoli's, life is better with breadsticks. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
A dreamy start to this one. 4 early runs for the Freedom, 2 in the first, 2 more in their last at bat in the top of the third. They've opened up a 4-0 advantage on the Schaumburg Boomers. Foe will face the 9-1-2 hitters for Schaumburg here in inning number 3, the last of it. Good breaking ball starts Alex Polston, the 9-hole man, 0-1 as it found the outside corner. Aaron Brody with you from Schaumburg, Illinois. The Freedom trying to take the series with a win in tonight's middle game. Fastball is lined hard, deep center field. Ricky in a dead sprint towards the wall. Reaches back and makes a terrific Willie Mays-style running catch with the wall bearing down on him in straightaway center. The Freedom continue to dazzle here in tonight's middle game. Offensively, defensively, and on the bump. And George Foe throws his hands up, says, "Thanks, man. That is a heck of a play." Deep center field by Ricky Ramirez Jr., who is the usual right fielder, but making the transition look simple. Back to the top, and Jack Perini. First pitch swinging, popped up behind home plate. Ryan Rinsky loses the mask. He's under it. He's got it. 2 quick outs for Foe. It is 21 consecutive scoreless innings hurled by Freedom pitchers. They have logged back-to-back shutout wins in 9-inning games. A 2-0 victory in the finale with the Washington Wild Things, a 1-0 victory over the Schaumburg Boomers in last night's opener. And they have a 4-0 lead after 2 2/3 here tonight. Clint Hardy in the box, and an early bender is going to find the outside black. It's 0-1. A 0-1 pitch. A loopy liner out of play off the right side. Count 0-2 as Hardy fought that one off. Schaumburg does not have a hit yet. They've had 2 base runners on free passes. A fastball is fouled back to the screen. Still 0-2 on the 2-hole man, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. High fastball taken for ball 1. Hardy, a .262 hitter. Does have 31 runs batted in, but nobody on base here. Nasty back foot breaking ball, swung on and missed. Rinsky didn't squeeze, so he has to establish the line on the fair side of first, and his dart to the bag beats Hardy. So it will be a strikeout for George Foe, his 3rd of the night. And it will be 22 consecutive scoreless innings for the Freedom, who are making it look too easy right now. We go to the top of the 4th. Freedom by 4. You're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball, presented by Titan Mechanical Solutions.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2. Quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
This is Ryan Quarles, your Kentucky Commissioner of Agriculture, here to remind you to buy Kentucky Proud at your local grocery, restaurant, and farmers market. When you buy Kentucky Proud, you're buying fresh, delicious foods for your family. And you're helping Kentucky farm families make a living. Ask for Kentucky Proud by name and look for Kentucky Proud products at kyproud.com. Buy Kentucky Proud.
Connor Reed will make the early exit. He allowed 4 runs tonight, 3 earned over his first and only 3 innings. So former pitcher Jamie Bennett will go to the bullpen early. Here in the top of the 4th inning, he'll call on the right-hander Junpei Akanuma, last with the Gary South Shore Railcats, and out of Kyoto, Japan. The rookie right-hander is slightly built at 6 foot 190. And I think they may have given him an extra 20 pounds on his listed weight. Maybe a couple of inches. Of course, I'm sitting pretty high up. You never know, but it doesn't look as imposing as Connor Reed did to start. Maybe he's got better stuff. The fastball is too far in to Ryan Rinsky, who for the second time tonight will lead off an inning at the plate for the Freedom. He's 0 for 1 at the pop out to third base. Big hook. Stayed too far in. Counts 1-1 to Rinsky, who did get a fastball on the outside edge on the first offering. One pitch is hit on the ground towards left field. Diving attempt by Galuski, but he won't get it. Another base hit single to left. Rinsky aboard and a good start to inning number 4. The Freedom offense, a very streaky one. They feast and go into famine together. But they're feasting right now in Schaumburg. Taylor Bryant to the plate. Runner on, nobody out. In a 4-0 game, the Freedom lead. The rest of the final line for the lefty Reed today. Told you the 3 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned. He also scattered 6 hits, had 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Back foot breaking ball skips away from Odo behind home plate, but Ryan Rinsky's not going to test the arm of his rival catcher. Counts 1-0 to TB. Junpai Akanuma all the way over on the first base side of the rubber. Open in his set position, and now his 1-0 pitch to Taylor Bryant. Good off speed, down and in, got a swing and a miss. As the count evens up 1-1. Aaron Brody with you from Boomer Stadium. All Florence early. And another shutout early. Lefty George Foe threw 3 scoreless frames. Here in game number 2 with the Boomers. 1-1 pitch to Taylor Bryant. Hit on the ground to short. Jimmy Galuski to his left. Fields underhand flip to second for 1. On to first. Junpai Akanuma rolls the first double play of the series for the Schaumburg Boomers. 2 outs. Nobody on. As the Freedom roll their lineup over to Isaac Bernard for the 3rd time tonight here in inning number 4. Bernard 1 for 2 with double. He grounded out to first and a 3 unassisted to end the second. High fastball will start him 1-0. Akanuma deals the 1-0 pitch. His fastball finds the outer third for a called strike. I intended to say this in Bernard's last at bat, but it ended too quickly. But as he is back in the leadoff spot, he is showing all the men who got the opportunity to try to be the leadoff hitter exactly how it's done. Bernard has been on base in 5 of his first 7 at-bats since rejoining with the Freedom just yesterday. Big breaking ball found the outside corner for a called second strike. He had a multi-hit game last night, also worked a pair of walks. As a double today, the 1-2. Hit hard on the ground towards left. This is through for a base hit. Bernard has another multi-hit game. And with 2 outs, the Freedom get a base runner to extend this top of the 4th and bring up Caleb Lopez. These 2 table setters hitting back-to-back in the Freedom lineup. Going back and forth with the multi-hit games. Now Bernard will have his 21st. No matter what Lopez does here, he'll have to wait till tomorrow to try to tie him there because Caleb has already logged his 20th multi-hit game with a 2-for-2 start in this one. Big breaking ball and a fly ball to left. Should be playable for Jack Perini. He was playing 1 step shy of the warning track. He has to come in quite a ways, makes this catch in medium depth left field, but Lopez skied it. Offered the left fielder plenty of time to track it down. So that will do it for the Freedom. Another goose egg on the board, but they do lead courtesy of 2 innings in which they scored 2 runs. It's a 4-0 game. Bottom 4 next at Boomer Stadium. You're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball presented by Titan Mechanical Solutions.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
At Compass Self Storage, we make it easier. We understand that storing your belongings is not a luxury, but a necessity. We're a proven self-storage leader focused on providing you with a friendly, professional, and clean place to store your items. Whether your concern is price, size, availability, or security, there is no need to look anywhere else. We provide it all. Give us a call today at any of our locations in Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, or visit our webpage at compassselfstorage.com. Mention this ad and get your first month's rent for free.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Underway in the bottom of the fourth, George Foe's already 2 pitches into his at-bat. With Chase Dawson, the count's 1-1 as a breaking ball misses down and away for ball number 2. Gotta hate when minute-and-a-half long breaks are too long. George Foe wastes no time, turns down a couple of warm-up tosses to get started while he's still fresh. Dawson fouls off this inside pitch. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the 3-hole man, who is 0 for 0 with a walk. The only walk issued by Foe tonight, though he did bean Nick Odo. Those were the only 2 base runners the Boomers have had all night. As a fastball misses outside, it's a full count with Dawson. Payoff pitch on the way from the lefty Foe, and he got him swinging. A nasty pitch on the inner half. Got the whiff. Foe wins the war. An early out. Brings up Quincy Nieporte. Back-to-back strikeouts for Foe going back to the 3rd inning. Now 4 in total for the Southpaw tonight. It's 22 straight scoreless frames hurled by Freedom pitchers here in the bottom of the 4th. Trying to stretch it to 23, but a tough guy here in the box. Big breaking ball, no doubt. Right down Broadway, taken for a called strike 1. Nieporte 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Rinsky sets up out. Foe hits the mitt. 0-2. This was the fastball. Nieporte didn't want that one either. Oh, 2 pitch from Foe. Breaking balls fouled past 3rd. Freedom already with 8 hits to account for their 4 runs. And just a fun fact for you, all 8 hits, including the homer, to left field. 0-2 pitch at the eyes. Not a bad idea. Cleanup man in the box. Test him with that high cheese, but Nieporte able to lay off. Foe right back to work into his windup. 1-2's hit on a line, but right at Austin Wobrock at short. Face level. The shortstop makes the catch. 2 quick outs in the 4th. In steps Matt Rose, who in his time was a big-time prospect for the Chicago Cubs. In fact, he was part of a blockbuster deal while with the Cubs as a breaking ball finds the outside corner to start Rose behind in the count 0-1. He and Eloy Jimenez both sent to the White Sox in exchange for Jose Quintana back in 2017. A swing and a drive. Right field side towards foul ground. And Kenny Meimersdorf misplayed it. This ball lands in fair territory. Meimersdorf just now get to it. He'll relay towards third base. Matt Rose is going to be there standing. Meimersdorf overran it down the line in right field. It was hooking towards foul ground, but Meimersdorf ran too far, and it stayed just to the left side of the stripe down that first base line. So really, for the first time, the Freedom with some pressure. They will keep their scoreless inning streak alive. They'll have to get the third out of this inning, retiring the all-star catcher Nick Odo with the run standing 90 feet away at third base. Schaumburg only had one man touch second in the opener last night. This is the first guy to be standing at third. First pitch swinging and a pop-up behind home plate out of play as the count moves to 0-1. Because of the fact Meimersdorf ran too far and did not touch it, the baseball falling behind him in fair ground, it was not an error. It scored the first Boomers hit. So it'll be an earned run. Should Matt Rose cross. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss. Odo down in the count, 0-2. Also, because of the fact no error was charged on the play, that is going to go down as a triple for Matt Rose in his first of the year. 0-2 offering from the lefty, goes outside breaking ball, but it was just a whisker off the outside corner for the first ball to Odo. There are 2 outs. The Freedom 1 pitch away from a 23rd consecutive scoreless inning, but a man 90 feet away. 1-2 pitch rolled over towards right field. Lopez a long run and a slide, makes the play. Throw to first base is wild. Rose will cross. Odo's on his horse to second. Ryan Rinsky tracking this ball down up against the backstop behind home plate. And that will do it for the scoreless inning streak. It was 22 2/3 innings. But the Boomers are on the board in a 4-1 game and have Odo standing at second. That's going to be scored as both a single and an error that allowed him to move up 90 more feet at second. So it's back-to-back knocks for the Boomers to snap the consecutive scoreless inning streak, a triple and a single. But the first Freedom error of the night has Odo now in scoring position. Jimmy Galuski is the next man in line. But Brian White ran out for a quick chat with George Foe. First run scores in 4 nights, and Brian White wants to know what's going on out there. Unacceptable. No, likely just calming him down. Filling him with some confidence as he searches for the final out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, still a 3-run lead for the Freedom at 4-1. First pitch on the way to Galuski. Foul ball back to the netting. Though Schaumburg was well aware of what the scoreless inning streak was and where it stood, so snapping it has justifiably given this offense a little bit of a zip in their step in this inning. They're looking for their first win against the Freedom here in 2019. They're 0-7. They need 3 more just to tie. 0-1 pitch. Lined out of play off the right side. 0-2, Foe ahead of Galuski. Foe leaning in for the sign, gets the one he wants. Lowers the hands out in front of the chest. His 0-2 pitch is raked foul off the netting. Just to the back end of the Freedom dugout. Still 0-2. Foe leaning in like Craig Kimbrell with that arm floating out in front. So he gets the one he wants from Rinsky, who's going to set up in. 0-2. Too far in for ball 1. So the Boomers shortstop Galuski, who's 0 for 1 with the fly out to center. One-two offering. Looking for the back foot breaking ball, but it was down and in for ball 2. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Odo off to a walking lead at second. Brinsky sets up out. 2-2 from George. Fastball out. Lifted in the air to right field. Kenny Meimersdorf has a beat on this one, and he'll make the catch. And that will do it for the Boomers in inning number 4, but they break up the Freedom consecutive scoreless inning streak at 22 2/3 innings. Freedom still by 3 as they come to the bat in the 5th at Boomer Stadium on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company. Jumpai Akanuma back out there for the Schaumburg Boomers. We go to inning number 5, and the Freedom still lead by 3. 4-1 your score. A Matt Rose triple, followed by a Nick Odo RBI single. Broke up. English is my first language, believe it or not. The consecutive scoreless inning streak for the Freedom in the bottom of the 4th tonight. What a run it was, 22 2/3 consecutive scoreless frames. That'll help you win some ball games when you need to find wins in a log jam we're calling the West Division. Offense helping the Freedom pitching tonight, however. It's an early breaking ball is swung on and missed. Pintor down in the count 0-1. 2 runs on a Caleb Lopez 2-run blast in the first. 2 more runs on a Meimersdorf RBI single. And an RBI single from Luis Pintor in the 3rd had the Freedom in front 4-1. Breaking ball missed inside to Luis. Counts 1-1 as Akanuma gets the sign. Rocks back into the windup as 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball's too far in for ball 2 to Pintor. 2 balls and a strike to the man starting the heart for the Freedom batting order tonight. For the first time here in 2019, Pintor, the 3-hole man. Here's a 2-1. Breaking ball, line towards left field. Another base hit to left for Florence. All 9 of them to Jack Perini, or over his head and over the wall. Whatever works. Leadoff man aboard, and Ricky Ramirez Jr. to the plate with nobody out. It's Pintor's 2nd hit of the night. Be his 16th multi-hit game of the year. Crayford in a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch got in on the hand, slow roller to 3rd. Polston charging in, gloves, throws on the run, and in time at 1st. Ricky does move up 90 feet with 3rd base vacant and charge that slow roller. So Ramirez will be 90 feet away with 2 outs as Austin Wobrock comes to the plate in a 5-1 game. Freedom trying to make it 3 innings of 2 runs scored if they can find a way to cash in Ramirez here with 2 dead. First pitch on the way to Wobrock, a fastball that was way outside for ball 1. Akanuma sets at the test. His 1-0 pitch. Boy, very close, but just off the edge. A good take from Wobrock, who's now in a great hitter's count. Akanuma is going to take a quick trip to the rosin bag. Likely wanted that call, didn't get it. Collects himself, takes a deep breath, and is looking in for the sign now in a 2-0. Pitch on the way to Wobrock. Fastball, shot foul, going with the outside pitch as the liner is going towards the grassy berm and left. 2-1.